Estamos em Karinai para conseguir esse ingredientes em secreto e descobrir... Eita preula, que a gravidade aqui é pouca. O porquê que o pessoal não veio entregar as coisas que deveriam entregar. Ih, já tem coisa de luta. Se já tem coisa de luta... Quem já é o filho da mãe que tá me atirando? Cadê? Cadê você? Ah, bora começar. Olá rapaziada, como é que vocês estão? Sejam bem-vindos aí a mais um episódio de Starfield. E nesse episódio nós vamos terminar a nossa missão da Ryujin Industries, que agora precisamos sabotar o sabotável, pegar o projeto, terminar com isso, porque essa companhia roubou o projeto da Ryujin. A gente precisa dar um jeito de pegar de volta e dar um jeito de conseguir as coisas que incriminam a Ularu, porque ela é a verdadeira agente que tá infiltrada, vendendo as coisas da Ryujin. E é claro, a gente vai ter que fazer as últimas manipulações para tomar uma certa decisão. Até porque o brinquedinho que a gente vai ganhar, ele vai ser um pouquinho perigoso. Mas antes de mais nada, vamos ao nosso pequeno ritual padrão. Pega um olho, um petisco, chama os amigos e bora se divertir. Mas deixa aquele joinha que aquece o coração. E se não for inscrito, já aproveita e se inscreve. Bora lá. Cadê esses caras? Tá dentro da estação. Tem que achar uma entrada pra essa estação aqui. Tá dentro da estação. Eita preula. Tá, tem que entrar na mina da estação. É por aqui, será? Mano, tá muito perigoso essa gravidade. Deu cair com tudo. E como fala? E quebrar um osso. Tá, cadê a desgraça? Entra na mina da estação. Achei. Pronto. Tá ali. Peguei um cartão de acesso. Do que? Não sei. Ô portinha mal posicionada, viu? Pra achar. Tem mais alguma coisa? Não. Assim, eu só tô pegando munição e... como falei, crédito. Munição e crédito eu pego. Se tiver um item muito raro, alguma coisa assim, aí eu dou uma olhada. Mas eu não tô mais pegando itens, não. Porque eu não aguento mais ficar pesado. Você morreu, mas não morreu, né? Você morreu de pé. Que orgulho. Filho da mãe. Melhor pra enxergar. Tem? Cadê essa merda? Não. Não. Sai pra lá. Tchau. Tchau. Aham. Pô, aí é sacanagem. Droga. Aí é muita sacanagem. A gente tá pesado por causa disso. Nossa, 20 quilos essa bodega. Acho que eu só preciso soltar uma. Porque é 10 quilos isso. Pronto. Infelizmente. Fazer o quê? O negócio é raro, muito dinheiro. Então... a gente faz esse sacrifício. Pra isso vale a pena. Comunicações. Entrada da Ryujin. Sua capacidade de seguir o prazo e comunicações complicadas é inaceitável. Vamos enviar uma pessoa representante para garantir a remessa. Espero que seja pronto esperando quando ela chegar. Né, eu vi relatório que a remessa está atrasada. Última notícia, talvez tenhamos sorte. Ryujin mande um bônus pela entrega antecipada. Nos mantém informado. Sai de emergência. Quem estiver no sistema. Estamos sob ataques hostis. Solicitamos essa emergência. Testes mais rápidos. Remessa dentro do prazo. Só que não, né? Clínica entregue. Ryujin cancelada. E direcionado para Dr. Kendrick Lane. Como assim? Como assim? Peraí. Peraí. A gente tem um negocinho para fazer antes. Anotação, anotação, anotação. Cadê? Peraí. Leia o contrato. Descubra o que aconteceu na estação. E leia o contrato. Tá, preciso saber onde que tá o contrato. Que eu já peguei, já acho. Ordem de contrato. Recuperar carregamento. Preparado. Sistema Narion. Confederação Freestar. Tá, a gente já pegou essa ordem de contrato. Que é essa daqui. A gente já sabe onde tem que ir. Vamos ter que ir pra clínica em Narion. E clínica. E lá vamos nós pra clínica de novo.
No matter how much we learn, we're only just barely stable.
Hey there. This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only. Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, I hope so. I'm trying to be reasonable here.
Vamos ver. Porque eu não tô com muita paciência, não.
Understand the position I'm in here. I'm still willing to talk. Fine,
Pronto.
I'll issue you an access card. Infinity better get it together.
Também se você não me desse, como fala, o cartão. Essa clínica ia pros ares. Caramba, você tá sem paciência? Eu tô sem paciência.
Hey, who let you in here? This is a restricted area.
Cala a boca. Faz o que eu quiser.
In that case, you'll want to speak to Dr. Lane.
I'm not ruining my career over this. Excuse me, but this is a restricted area. You need to leave.
Eu não vou sair.
Checking up on us? I feel like we should be the ones checking up on you. What do you want? Of course you do, because daily reports simply aren't good enough. The third group, like the others, failed to take the internal neuroan, all resulting in death, with the exception of one, currently comatose. Sean and I are hopeful we'll be able to revive the subject, but until we receive proof of human trial authorization, any fourth group will be refused. Well, there's a level of brain activity that keeps us hopeful. Making sure that man lives is our #1 priority. Don't act so surprised. Infinity is well aware. In fact, I remind him of those statistics in every report I send, which happens to be daily. The standard response is always, failure is to be expected, but keep pushing forward. Well, you'd be the first from Infinity to think so. It's a relief to know they have at least one employee with some sense. Now, anything else I can help you with?
Preciso do carregamento de rodicita.
Good. I specialize in neurosurgery, not chemistry. It's absurd you'd expect us to handle something like this in a medical lab. It's on the table. It's all yours. Anything else? Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, work to do.
Então faz assim? Sério? Ah. Tá bom.
My mother wanted me to be a doctor. Doctor.
Running this facility is a challenge, even when there isn't an outbreak of something.
Podemos embarcar agora, desacoplar, ir embora. Tic, 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 tic. Segundo. É mais rápido assim e não quebra meus ossinhos.
I love coffee. It's my second favorite thing in the galaxy, next to reading about it.
Tá vendo como falar as coisas certas apressa as conquistas?
got my eye on you.
Então vamos lá.
If you have the
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako.
Espero que esteja tudo certinho.
Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC1?
Infinity contador eclípticos para pegar o carregamento.
Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Roth site. Were there any survivors?
Ninguém sobreviveu. O Eclipse matou todo mundo.
Seeking ecliptic on a station with nothing but miners and scientists?
Pois é.
Corporations can sink low, but this is a new level. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there?
Fechou o contrato privado para usar uma ala restrita da clínica.
I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the purpose of this secure wing?
Tá realizando testes ilegais em humanos para aperfeiçoar.
So, it sounds like Lucas
Né?
reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO. I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good.
Uhum. E a empresa também vai junto.
Site secure,
Pode ter certeza.
it's almost time for us to make our move. Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
Nível 34. Subimos. A outra tá muito calma, sem fazer merda nenhuma. Sabendo que todo mundo já sabe. Praticamente. E a gente não vai ficar quieto. Ela deveria estar fazendo mais merda. Mas enfim.
Good. You're right on time. I reevaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole.
Quer dizer que a Imagine vai poder voltar?
Time. I'll be reaching out, but right now we need her to remain in hiding. Yes, you made the right call. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogene was the mole, and the situation was dealt with.
Fingi que Imagine era informante para que ela não desconfie de nada, entendi.
Good. Keeping Ularu in the dark is the key to taking her down. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity LTD. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program. So this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity. So before you go, I want you to bring that program to me. Good. Once Ularu believes she's properly deflected any suspicion, I've no doubt she'll be bold enough to hide something within whatever program she writes. Now, let's attend a meeting.
Uhum. Todo mundo já chegou, né? Tem que ser educada.
Called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity LTD.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Vamos mentir.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget. The mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives.
Talvez alguém devesse ficar mais de olho nos seus próprios funcionários.
Not insinuating that this is my fault.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity LTD, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
I can't imagine the mess their legal department has on their hands.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Masako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send out the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. And that's precisely why I know we can count on you. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
Fingir agora. Pra pegar ela depois. Por isso que eu não tô mais andando com ninguém da constelação junto. Porque essa, como fala, essas missões aqui e provavelmente a próxima vai deixar todo mundo puto da vida, acho. E mesmo que todo mundo ficar puto da vida, a gente taca o F e vai pro final do jogo.
Double check those measurements are right. Here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey.
Sim, só não fritem meu cérebro.
Don't worry, that's not on the agenda. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured. Of course.
Tenho certeza vai estar tudo certo.
5 PhDs between the two of us?
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
Warning. This unit does not possess advanced surgical capabilities.
All right, let's get this party started. Well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing.
Pô, não gira a câmera assim rápido não, calma.
So, how are you feeling? You look good? That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation. Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says. That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
I have performed a cursory scan of your vital signs.
É aqui?
We take a lot of pride in our work up here in R&D.
F para abrir seu leitor e mira na pessoa que deseja manipular. E E. Então vamos lá. Uou. E o que mais a gente faz? Tem manipulação. Tá. Usa manipulação para fazer uma forma dele abrir a porta. Tá, porque aqui a gente pode... mexer nesse negócio. Depois como é que faz? Opa! Não. Pera aí. O negócio não é muito sugestivo. É uma ordem por vez. Nossa, muito ruim. É muito ruim. Não tá ocupado.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
Porque se a gente fizer... Se a gente tiver que fazer... Os caras fazer 2 ações ou 3 ações, demorar muito pra caramba. Porque tem que manipular, clicar no negócio. Aí espera terminar o efeito. Manipula de novo, clica no negócio. Espera pra ter o efeito. Tipo, você não pode ir seguido as coisas.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects?
Não senti absolutamente nada. Esse é meu novo brinquedo favorito.
Yes. Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech.
Concordo sobre muitas possibilidades.
When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the Neuro isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
Alright, relax.
Porque assim, a gente tá concordando com tudo porque estamos fazendo a missão da facção, mas isso daqui não é muito legal não. Nem ferrando. Se isso for distribuído nas mãos erradas, muito ruim mesmo. Então, basicamente, nessa facção aqui a gente faz umas coisas assim, moralmente ruins. Eu quero ver na próxima que a gente vai ser agente duplo.
Good, you're here. Now that you've been outfitted with the internal Neuro amp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity LTD. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries. And wish he shall, every day, while he rots away in prison. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity LTD. You have 2 options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you.
Meus talentos cênicos. Vamos na opção...
Yes, the less people you need to interact with, the better. Ideally, none at all. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse. So I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
That's what we're counting on. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity LTD, all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal Neuro amp.
Então o público nunca vai saber que ela conseguiu roubar os dados da Ryujin.
Exactly. And what the public doesn't know doesn't hurt them. Now, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail. I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test your abilities. The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible. And that's what we're hoping for. If you can pull this off, even I'll be impressed.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of Ryujin or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story.
Vai ser o escândalo corporativo da década, concordo.
Front row seats. So, any final questions before you go?
Já posso ir já.
Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Here's Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up, Skylar Lumen.
Ok. Só que agora a gente vai falar com outro para entregar uma cópia, provavelmente entregar uma cópia para ele do programa, porque ele vai dar uma analisada. O objetivo é ver se ela colocou alguma coisa nesse programa para tentar incriminar outra, porque aí vai ser prova.
With pleasure. So, let's take a look. Aha. The decryption's hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed. According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment we launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity LTD network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials. I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right. Now, we finally have the evidence we need to prove Ularu's guilt. Yes. And had you not brought this program to me in the first place, you would have been the one planting the false evidence. Without that falsified evidence, Ularu is in for a big surprise. I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast, anticipating Masako to be accused alongside Lucas Drexler. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program. Let's get this assignment finished the right way.
Nós podemos entrar pela recepção ou por meios diferenciados. Dá pra correr? Dá. Dá pra correr. Beleza. Eita preula. Eita preula. Deu muito errado. Eu acho que se eu ficar quietinho, ninguém me vê. Acho que eu não tenho mais aquela arma que... Não. Droga. Eu dei embora aquela arma de coisa. Ué. Não sei por que isso, mas tudo bem. Vamos lá. Tranquilamente. Agora eu tenho que descer, né? Eu tenho algum ponto legal em furtividade? Eu acho que eu nem tenho ponto em... Pera, qual que é a coisa de furtividade mesmo? Comércio, gostoso, não é sucata, roubo, negociação, intimidação, não... Manipulação... Físico, furtividade. Eu tenho que realizar ataques surpresas. Mas o stealth desse jogo é muito zoado. Deu uma merda. O stealth desse jogo é muito zoado. Ela já me detectou antes de qualquer coisa. Por isso que eu nunca consegui subir o... Por isso que eu nunca consegui subir o nível. Tá, eu preciso saber onde é que eu tenho que ir. Execute o programa. É isso que eu tenho que saber, como é que eu vou entrar. Aqui eu acho que não tem... Ah, aqui tem, ó. Vazamento de gás. Vamos lá. Não. Não vai dar... Na verdade até dá dentro, entendeu? Daqui fora e dentro. Também daqui, aqui com aqui. Então é aqui e aqui. Aqui e aqui. Mas eu não tenho um. Então não dá pra ser assim. Vai ter que ser com 2. Ó, vai ter que ser aqui e essa aqui. Aí dentro a gente vai vir com... Essa. Aqui, essa. Então, entra, 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 entra. Beleza, descubra como entrar. Eu tô deixando aqui. Quem quiser ler, lê. Que eu não vou ler. Descubra como entrar no departamento de PD. Sim, nós temos um probleminha. Pronto. Deu uma manipulada básica pra criatura, como fala. A criatura não me vê. Agora a gente vai ter que vir aqui pra baixo. Nossa. Olha, eles nem sabem onde eu tô. Já disparou o alarme. Caraca, tá difícil, hein? Pelo menos eles não estão que nem da outra que olha pra cima. Aqui não. Caraca. Caramba, sério? Se não me engano, tem que vir. Eu acho que eu tenho que vir pra cá ou pra baixo. Super pra lá. Pera. Caramba. Uma matou a outra. Pronto. Oi. Sinto muito. Ossos do ofício. Não deu pra ir 100% no stealth, não. Sinto muito. Obtenha o protótipo. Execute o programa. Vamos lá. Tá. Primeiro, o alarme não dá pra mexer. Necessário no cartão de identificação. Ah, que legal. Não dá pra gente mexer nesse alarme. Ótimo, eu preciso chegar lá. Vamos lá. Programa inspetor. Aí é um cartãozinho de ID. Ótimo. Tentar sair daqui o mais rápido possível. E quando eu quero que você vá alto, você não vai, né? Sempre assim. Caramba, eu quero que você vá alto. Você sempre vai alto. Isso. Eu preciso sair daqui. Eu acho que eu já posso, né? Porque eu não tô mais em combate. Não. Eu preciso sair daqui mesmo. Tipo, sair. Entrada. Vamos sair assim pela entrada mesmo na cara dura, vamos? É você.
Find yourself with a hot lead. We will do our best to protect your anonymity. Can I help you?
Mr. Barron's
I came all this way.
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about?
Acho que dá pra resumir com responsabilidade da Infinity LTD nas fatalidades em testes não autorizados em humanos.
Corporate greed claims victims once more. And you have evidence to support this claim. Good. The less investigation we need to put into this, the faster I can prepare the broadcast. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence.
Não.
I figured as much. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source?
Fonte anônima.
Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
Deu uma leve assim. Morrido acho que em 3 ou 4 ou 5. Foi menos que 10. Foi menos. Vai, menos que 10. Eu não tenho culpa que as torretas achou gente, que os caras enxergam atrás de parede. Não tenho culpa.
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this assignment.
Desculpa. Não tive intenção de causar nada.
If only intent mattered. All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted to use the internal neuroamp.
Uhum. Foi muito útil.
And yet not useful enough to avoid a body count?
Não.
Still, it's good to know the applications are proving themselves. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Citizens of New Atlantis were shocked today when an unidentified assailant left several dead at the Infinity LTD building. The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom. So this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith.
Desde compra Infinity, ninguém perde o emprego?
Quite right.
Uhum.
The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception.
Uhum.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool to help sway them. Good. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here.
Ou seja, ela já deu a deixa. Se alguém não concordar.
50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
Ou seja, a gente vai ter que usar esse dispositivo também para controlar o... Como fala? Para controlar todo mundo. Tenho certeza.
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity LTD? I think we both know that's not going to work. Our public perception is good enough. If you ask me, reaching out to save Infinity just makes us look weak. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished. Good. If you use that neuroamp wisely, it will guarantee that Infinity gets shut down. Well, it does make Ryujin look good. And we do gain a wider customer base, which means higher profits. You're oddly right about this one, Op. I guess you are worth keeping around. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting. You and me both. Now, if you'll excuse excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
A favor do neuroamplificador. Eu não sei, eu não sou muito a favor não de usar isso. Mas eu não sei qual que é a decisão melhor.
I hope you're enjoying your new Neuro amp. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope. That's great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing market approval. Genevieve is going to be so excited. So, tell me what you think of the Neuro amp.
Ela é meio perigosa.
I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day. This is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
Veja por outros ângulos.
Fine. Make your case.
As pessoas vão usar isso para as coisas terríveis, sim.
Would I feel responsible as the creator?
Uhum.
You really think they could come after
Vai sobrar para você.
Well, perhaps I really do need more data.
Eu acho que a gente consegue convencer o pessoal a não usar mais esse.
But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect. It is. It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself? We just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity LTD be? That's what I'm hoping for. They may be the underdog, but that doesn't mean they don't have a brilliant mind or two. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day.
Beleza, temos 3 votos sim, 0 votos não. E 2 a favor do neuroimplante, 1 não.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available. Good. I prefer first-hand feedback when available. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity LTD throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why?
Claro, podemos salvar o emprego de milhares de pessoas.
Saving the jobs of thousands is altruistic, which is not a luxury corporations have. It's a financial burden. It would be a huge undertaking on my part. This is true. We never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation? And why do you feel it was well handled? Please note I'm not disagreeing. I just want to know the why behind your statement. I agree. Should Masako had informed us too early, we may have all turned on each other.
Sim.
I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been. It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales.
É por isso que é perigoso. Vai ter caos.
We all know how averse I am to chaos. Finances are my forte, so you make a good point. Our competition has yet to truly master neuroamps, but the possibility is there.
Vai virar uma guerra.
I'm unwilling to take. At this time. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
Bem, o neuroamplificador tá em empate, a favor da Infinity tá ganhando.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side?
Não sabia que tinha lado pra escolher.
There's always a side. And right now, I'm backing Masako. We just need to grab Infinity LTD while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light. I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year.
5 a favor, 0 contra. Que manter nos casos públicos tem uma coisa essencial a se considerar.
All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done, qualified or not. So let's hear it. The possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech, with Ryujin at the forefront. It's
É muito perigoso esse bicho. É, implicações morais vai ser enorme. Você não vai conseguir.
There's a good chance they'll never come back. Even worse, you push them into the hands of your competitors.
E você nunca vai saber se... Como fala, o cliente não vai saber se você tá manipulando ele.
Good talk.
Entendeu? Ótimo. 3 contra... 5 a favor da Infinity, 3 contra os neuroamps. Porque pensa, se o cliente vai ter medo de chegar neles porque ele acha que vai ser manipulado a sempre ir. Entendeu? E muitos vão acabar até querendo revisar as coisas, as decisões que tomaram ou concessões que tomaram, alegando que foram controlados. Vai dar muita merda. Isso é o mínimo.
I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
Claro, foi a mim que ela confiou a tarefa de garantir que as coisas aconteçam.
That's because you're the one with the tool to do it.
As
long as Masako has the internal neuroamp on her side, she can't lose. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time.
Eu também, concordo.
It was a grave security risk, and look what happened.
Nós vimos em primeira mão quanto essa tecnologia é perigosa.
You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity LTD, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause.
A aquisição vale a pena, sei que sua equipe consegue lidar com isso.
I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity LTD is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
Falta um membro do conselho.
If only there were more hours in the day. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting. Not much to discuss there. I believe I've made my case quite clear to Masako on why I am against it.
Por que você é contra? Tirando as questões jurídicas, os prós de se adquirir, supera muitos contras.
All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset.
Vamos lá, língua de prata. Vai fortalecer.
Definitely a point worth considering.
Você não quer mesmo deixar milhares de pessoas sem emprego, né?
I'm finding myself unable to disagree.
Manipulação. Mano, esse chip é muito perigoso.
I think you just convinced me. Talent like yours belongs in the courtroom.
Né? Se quiser um verdadeiro paralelo jurídico, eu diria que o unificador interno é perfeito.
Don't even get me started. First off, if I find out you use that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no.
Que bom que você concorda.
I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
Concordo. Nunca deveria ter sido feito.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Misako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now I really do need to get back to my notes.
Que bom. Já falamos com todos. Já temos aí os nossos, como fala. Já temos todo mundo manipulado. Ó, o perigo disso tudo. Mano. Só falta você sentar, minha filha. Mas antes, vamos um modo foto, só pra diga X. Digam X. E aqui também. Só pra celebrar essa reunião bonita. Oh, eu não tirei foto. Obrigado. Agora sim. Agora eu posso me sentar. Aquela selfie. Linda. Só que não foi selfie.
As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity LTD's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial. And he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement. But I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity LTD.
Nossa intenção de adquirir a Infinity tranquilizaria os funcionários. O anúncio faria o público confiar mais na Ryujin.
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us. But the overall payoff will be worth it.
That and Infinity LTD's current situation makes them more affordable than ever.
Arguments? None? Excellent. Moving on, then.
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to this situation to begin with. Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton was hired by Misako, the issue obviously starts at the top. In fact, I propose that Misako be removed from CEO altogether.
Agora vocês fodem.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Nós mentimos para que a Ularu se incriminasse.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
Não.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Acabou pra você.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity LTD?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up?
Acho que o trabalho relacionado ao unificador precisa ser arquivado.
The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
Ele retira o livre-arbítrio de uma pessoa. No momento em que isso vier ao público, ninguém vai mais confiar em ninguém, especialmente no Ryujin.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye. Nay.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None?
Não.
This concludes our order of business for today.
So much work to do.
Tanta coisa pra fazer. Para de reclamar, criatura.
I'm glad we're making
Shelving the internal neuroamp. Not the outcome I anticipated.
Ele é perigoso.
Point, but it still proves its usefulness. The truth remains. Lucas Drexler learned a hard lesson, and we exposed a traitor among us.
Deu tudo certo.
You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin.
Eu fiz meu trabalho.
Of course. But these particular assignments required a certain secrecy that most do not. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
O que for preciso.
My thought exactly.
Vamos puxar o saco.
Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it.
Obrigado.
Well deserved.
O que mais tem de recompensa?
As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
Mais de hack, bastante crédito. Nível executivo. Conclua. E tem alguma outra coisa que a gente fale com o Imogen? Caçamba. Vamos para as atividades. Fale com Imogen.
My company's future might be right.
Eu quero ver mais recompensa. Eu quero ver mais recompensa da facção. Vem. Recompensa. Uhul! Oi.
You've certainly shaken things up around here.
Uhum.
I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. Now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day.
É bom te ver de volta.
And I'd say it's good to be back if I hadn't returned to a mountain of paperwork. Now, since you were new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions?
Não, nenhuma.
Good. The mission board is generally self-explanatory anyway. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office.
Olha, ganhou uma
whenever
sala.
you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours. Oh, and congratulations, of course.
Valeu.
You certainly will. Go check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy, just for you.
Pera. Painel de missões da Ryujin. Agora a gente pode usar várias missõezinhas pra gente poder fazer se a gente quiser, pra ganhar mais grana, pra ganhar mais coisa. Beleza, e é isso? Eu ganhei uma sala. Tem uma arma, tem uma outra arma. Eu ganhei uma sala. Digihack e munição. Estilhaçante alta potência. Item lendário adquirido. Crédito cartucho. Só isso? Só isso. Não tem nem máquina de café? Você tá me zoando que não tem nem máquina de café. Ah, puta merda, eu quero café. Que bosta. Com a Ularu demitida e a Imogen agora inocentada, ganhamos uma sala. E não tem máquina de café. Uma história que demorou um pouco. Tipo, demorou metade, metade das missões pra conseguir engrenar e ficar legal. Ficou legal agora no final. Mas a recompensa... enfim. Agora, falta mais uma facção pra gente ir com tudo. Mas isso a gente vai ver no próximo episódio. Eu espero vocês lá. Então, se gostaram, deixa aquele joinha que é só clicar. Coloca um comentário falando o que você achou. Compartilha com os amigos, que é muito importante. E se não for inscrito no canal, já aproveita, se inscreve e ativa o sininho pra receber a notificação dos próximos vídeos. Muito obrigado e até o próximo.